Hey, what's going on, everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to rewatch and break down the little segment at the end of the showcase where they actually did a in-game like playthrough showing off the biomes and mainly talking about the horses. We're going to pause, react, see if we can find out any little hidden things that they may have added in that trailer. If you guys enjoy my content or you want to stay up to date with literally everything Wishblossom Ranch, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so they kickstart this little playthrough by, walking you through as soon as you like spawn in over here in this location. They had mentioned that your character is getting like a voucher, and that voucher is going to allow you to come over here to Wishblossom Ranch just so you can relax. But then when you get here, of course, the place is overflown with weeds. It's completely destroyed. It's very desolate. And it's just not what it used to be. This place used to be a place of relaxation, and it's definitely not that anymore. So the way they mentioned it was during the forgetting, a Cruella actually came over here to manage the ranch, but then she made a oopsie, and that actually caused it to kind of spiral into some chaos here. So it doesn't seem like she's actively going out of her way to destroy this, but she definitely messed it up. So now we're gonna have to come in here and restore it. Now, they mentioned right here that what we're seeing now with some of the fences, the paths, the buildings, this is not what it's going to look like when you first arrive. It's going to be more like Storybook Vale, where it's just fully overrun. So you, the player, are going to have to start restoring this, biome by biome, putting your fences down, adding your buildings, getting your crops out here. So like all the spots where you already see a lot of these new buildings like this, they're not already going to be here. You're going to have to go out of your way to unlock the blueprints and stuff. So then they moved on to talk about the horses here. So this is like the stable section. Now, when it comes to these stables, one thing that they did mention was you will get 4 different slots here, right? So you're going to get 4 custom horses. You're going to unlock this over time throughout the Wishblossom expansion. So maybe at the beginning of the game, you may only have access to 1 custom horse. And then, maybe a quarter of the way through the game, halfway, and then maybe near the end, unlock the rest of them. But yeah, 4 is definitely the max. So you could start off like you can name your horse whatever you want. But look at all the customization options down here. We finally have a first look of seeing what they're going to include. You can change the eyes. You can change the coat, the overall like color of your horse, the fur, all that. The mane, which is the little back part right here. The tail. And the hooves, which is down on this area right here. I actually think it's going to extend all the way up here on the leg, almost like you would to the knee. So there's lots of different areas to actually customize. And then you can actually customize the gear as well. So you're going to have the headgear. You're going to have the saddle, goes on the back of the horse, the blanket, the back, and gallop effects. So this has me very excited because I wonder if they're going to keep expanding on this. I feel like they could eventually start bringing some of this stuff to a premium shop. We have seen where they gave us Rapunzel's Dreamstyle in the premium shop, even though she was like tied to a DLC. I feel like they could keep expanding on horses and mounts going forward. But let's go ahead and see how they actually customize this. And as you see, you have 2 different colors. And you also have 3 patterns. So what they were showing us only showed 3 different patterns. But earlier in the showcase, you can actually see that there are many, many more options for this. So if I pause right here, it looks like there is 13 different options right here. And some patterns actually have other colors. So the one that they were showing off was just this first one, which is the top of the head right here. And it had 2 options. But then this little like spotted pattern actually has 3 options to change the colors. And then we have like some for stars. We have some that are like cow prints. Even down here, you're going to be able to have hearts. You have zebra stripes. This little like splatter effect right here. Just the little nose right here you could change the color of. So as you play, you're going to be unlocking more and more options to customize your horse. So I think that's something that's going to be really fun about this, is just unlocking so many different things from your saddles to the blankets to the patterns of your horse, and being able to cater it to like your style, what you like, your aesthetic. And then here's like the zebra stripe one. that is incredible. I'm so hyped for this feature. And then here is what the stars pattern looks like. It literally has a celestial vibe to it. So it looks like they're going to keep just the standard one. And then they did end up making a pretty standard horse. I think it's because they didn't want to reveal too much, but you will literally be able to make a giant, shiny, hot pink horse if you want to. You could make a like a blue horse if you wanted to. All of these colors is what you can apply to your horse. And of course, you have two different colors that you can add. So they went with the standard black with white, and then they did the same thing with the mane. They pretty much just made it white as well. But we could take a look at a couple of the different styles here. You know, we have some that you could style it to be like Angus from Brave. I mean, there's just quite a few different options here. Again, they could end up expanding on these in the future, hopefully. And then they go on to show us about the saddles. So here's some of the different saddles that they've actually included here. I mean, we have a bunch of different styles. I really like this one right here. We also have some more royalty one, more that's like something you would see Mulan's horse actually have, something more part of a war. We also have very nature vibes, flowery ones. And again, this is something I could see them expanding on as well. And then here is the different options for the horse head. So some of them are giving me like, this one gives me Tangled vibe a little bit. And then this one right here, you could actually make a unicorn. So imagine making a custom unicorn and like maybe making him where he's all pink and then maybe different colors for the mane. I mean, it's going to be a pretty interesting horse. You know, we even have blankets here. As you can see, the different style. This one also is giving Rapunzel a little bit. This one's kind of giving Aladdin like Agrabah. This one right here is definitely giving like a Tigger. So there are different styles here that I believe are going to let you cater the style of your horse to your favorite Disney character. And then here is the back pieces. So literally on the back of the horse, this one has like something rolled up. It's got some rope, a lantern. This one has like a whole basket full of flowers. We have some that are more royalty vibes. This one right here is kind of more of luggage. Now you may be wondering how to get some of these saddles and how to get some of the reins. And they actually mentioned that. They said that they can be found hidden around Wishblossom Mountains. So it does seem like they're going to be tied specifically, or at least the horse related items, to the Wishblossom area rather than the other two biomes. And if you haven't noticed by now, there was an option down here on the left. You know, we have inventory, wardrobe, furniture, but now we have a section for mounts. Something that is interesting is this little mount section is still there when you open your inventory, not just when you're over here at the stable. So you may be able to customize through your menu as well, or at least call your horse without actually coming over here to the stable. We'll have to wait and get some more information on that. Now, once you get done customizing your horse, it's going to be right there. You can take him out of the stable. They also did mention that when you are not with your horse will be found at the stable to rest up. So I don't know if it's going to be like a respawn thing, like after you get off your horse, after maybe 5 minutes of idle time, maybe it'll teleport back there. Or maybe it's when you log out, log back in, then they'll be at the stable. But if you can't find your horse, that's where they're going to be. We also don't know exactly if the stable itself that holds the 4 custom horses can actually be taken back to Dreamlight Valley or the DLC maps. We just know that you can, in fact, take your horse to the other valleys. They also mentioned here that you're not going to have to worry too much about making your valley like the paths wide, or wherever your character can go, your horse should be able to go as well. So you don't have to worry about tearing down and restructuring your valley at all. That's like the biggest thing. You know, a lot of us are wondering, are we going to have to widen our paths? Are we going to have to put some spaces between our buildings? Is it going to be too hard to navigate? That doesn't seem to be the case. It looks like Gameloft really thought of every angle of how like using mounts and how they would interact in the valley, if there's going to be any issues or not. Sounds like they already have them ironed out, which is great. They also mentioned that there are 3 speeds. You know, you can just do the casual walking, you can go a little bit faster, and then you can also gallop. Now, they mention while you are galloping, it is in fact faster than our character can glide. So the mounts, the horses, will actually be the fastest way of movement in the game other than teleporting. Now, I want you to watch this section right here. So as you see, they start going up here to water the crops. And I was keeping an eye on the bottom left to see if anything popped up for our character to have to like use the toolbar to actually like the action bar to be able to get a watering can, or if you would have to hold a button. That doesn't look like the case. it looks like you literally just have to walk your horse over plants, over the crops, and he will automatically water. Watch this. Literally no action or anything, just by itself. You just have to walk over it. So imagine doing an entire floating island full of pumpkins, right? Some of us have made massive pumpkin farms. Now, we don't know for sure just yet if we can actually take our horse up on the floating island. I would hope so, but imagine being able to just walk through that and water everything so much quicker. Or even just in your biome, having small little areas. You don't have to use any effort. It's going to automatically do it for you. So this is absolutely huge. I was so worried we were going to have to like stop, attach the watering can and then hold a button down. Now you literally just walk over it, which is great. Now, it's not just watering. The horses can actually destroy night thorns. They can go ahead and destroy splinters of fate. We have this new little weed over on this side, on this map that you can actually destroy. You can hop over fences. You can actually mine with your horse. You can actually dig up holes. Like, you can do everything your character can do, your horse can pretty much do. So it's great that they allow us to actually style our horse, because honestly, we're probably going to be on the horse all the time. I mean, if it's faster and easier without constantly having to like switch through a bunch of different nodes, like pull out your shovel or pull out, your pickaxe. It looks like the horse, you could go over here, walk over water, walk up to a little mining node and maybe just press one button and he'll automatically break it. So it's going to be more efficient, definitely, to get around your valley and grind. And then, as you know, we do have a couple of Disney horses. So Maximus is going to be one of them. And if you're wondering if you could take care of Maximus, you can. You go up here to Maximus, you can see that you can feed him, you can brush him, you can actually ride him, and you can pet him. So this will be how you level up your friendship with him. So, feeding him, brushing him, petting him every single day is going to increase that bond between you and the horse. Now, it also seems like the iconic horses, the Disney horses such as Maximus, you are going to be able to get exclusive rewards just like the iconic companions. At level 5, they give you an exclusive reward. So that's something to definitely look out for. And then here our character goes, hops on them. Now, the Disney horses also each have a special feature. They have a special ability. Maximus, of course, will allow you to jump over long distances, like larger gaps, and you're going to need the different specific Disney horses to actually progress through Wishblossom Ranch, like the story mode. So I'm assuming we would go ahead, unlock Maximus first, and as you can see right here, normally our character or our player horse would not be able to cross this bridge. With Maximus, you will be able to, and then probably unlock some teleporters, and then maybe actually repair the bridge or repair some other things. So Maximus is going to come in handy. We also have Pegasus coming to the valley, which is going to allow you to glide. And they also mentioned Pegasus is going to allow you to go through little like wind tunnels that may let you go across different gaps as well. And then, of course, we have Mulan's horse, which is going to be able to break stuff down in the caverns for you. So there's lots of different things to do with the horses. Right here, you can actually do poses. So if you look into your camera mode here at the bottom right, just above their like webcam, you can see there's actually now a horse section here, and this is the different poses. They are covering up most of it, but it looks like there's quite a few options. There's quite a few different horse poses to do, so I don't think it's just going to be like one standard pose, and we also should be able to use them in a dream snap. So here's one of the poses where our character is kind of mimicking what Maximus is doing here. He's got his little signature pose right here. I'm not surprised. He's definitely a character. Now, another like horse, or not even a horse, but another mount that you can get is actually going to be Sven from Disney's Frozen. So we have the 3 Disney horses, but we're also going to get this mount if you purchase the deluxe version of the game. Now, watch this segment and listen closely, because there's something even more interesting about this bundle here. So as you can see, it does say with bond level rewards. That's just like those iconic level 5 rewards, but listen here.
Which comes with an even larger bundle of moonstones, a unique house skin, 2 new equestrian outfits, and a whimsical mount. Sven from Disney's Frozen. He'll arrive with 4 themed items for mounts and a Dreamstyle.
All right, so this right here, so we're talking about Sven. He'll arrive with 4 themed items for mounts. So I'm assuming those are items not just for him, but for other mounts. It could be potentially our custom horses, but and a dream style. So they're saying that there could be dream styles for mounts. At least that's what I'm getting from this. So maybe Sven is gonna have a Christmas themed dream style, which would be absolutely incredible. Imagine he's like dressed up like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they actually put that or put little bells on his antlers here. I mean, that would be incredible. But I was not expecting that. Actual dream styles. So does that mean later on maybe Pegasus could get a dream style or Maximus could get a dream style? Our moonstones definitely are not safe. So let me know, what do you guys think about all of this down below? Are you excited for these new mounts? Are you excited for this giant leap that they're taking with the game, honestly? I mean, this is something that literally changes how we play at Dreamlight Valley. I think it's awesome too. It gives me a lot of hope for the future Dreamlight Valley, that they're finally going to start really experimenting with some other stuff. I feel like the game was pretty basic in the early days of Dreamlight Valley, but then they started implementing Dream Snaps. They've been adding multiplayer. They're adding new things like these things called Dream Teams. They're adding these mounts. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. The game is constantly evolving. And so far, I'm happy with pretty much every change that they've been making. I'm really excited to see what else they're going to do going forward. And it's always nice to be collecting new Disney characters as we go throughout this journey. So I'm absolutely having a blast with this game. I can't wait for the DLC. Let me know any of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.